What's up everyone, it's Enjoooyy's new video, and in this video I will be talking about Serbian staging of Eurovision 2024. This will be public. This is the masterclass which I will make public for everybody so you can see how I approach this masterclass, what information you can gain, and also why it maybe is something you would like to become a member of this channel. Subscribe it. Also subscribe to become a member and support this channel more and more and more. So basically making this channel grow, also me doing my work and make it worth. Very honestly, let's talk. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, very glad you're here. So today I will be talking about Serbian staging from Teya Dora song of Ramonda. I first disclaim in advance that this is not about why it failed or didn't fail, however you look at it, or describing if the song is good or not, or if I like the song or not. This is not about it. It's more about approach of the staging, of the direction of the staging, cameras, editing, lights, graphics, choreography, whatsoever, to the whole visual package of the song. Basically, if everything what is happening on the screen is supporting or not supporting the song or Teya Dora the best way possible. And that's the reason why I also choose Serbian staging, because there are so many nice things which are not really done perfectly. And for you who don't know my master classes, you know how every single detail might matter. Of course, we can say it doesn't matter at all. We saw Latvian staging. It was because I believe that dance and the song was strong enough that the staging didn't that much matter, because it has this different kind of power. On the other hand, Irish song, if there is not a good staging, in my opinion, it wouldn't work. But the staging made the song stand out, absolutely. And Serbian staging, in my opinion, it's somewhere in the middle. So it's the perfect example where I can demonstrate what really works and what really doesn't work at all, and why it's very important, the staging, for the brain connection to make the song stand out or just not. Even though you can argument that the song maybe is not that strong and whatsoever, this staging shows that if some little details or some things are done better, it would also, in my opinion, work a little bit better. I'm not saying like crazily better, but better. Of course, I want to talk about the idea in general. Like Serbia or directors of Serbia, they chose this kind of staging. I will just demonstrate on it how this little staging, how this idea could be done a little bit better without any blames. This is just still subjective at some point, right? But write me in the comments below what do you think. And let's start. But let's do it. I will also comment during. So we see this nice graphical walk through staging opening. Very, very beautiful. Very filmic start. This is very promising. And already there is starting to be something a little bit fishy, but it's still good. There are some little details which already try, like fight for your eye, which is this light basically, even though this is a camera thing. We have piano melody. It's not accented anywhere, which is a little bit pity, because a little bit of pulsing would really help. But of course they chose to be like over here, but very concrete, very television wise, even though we know that filmic cannot really work. Then they change the atmosphere. She goes barefoot. They go out. I will stop it after. But this demonstrates a lot of things. Lila Ramonda. One beat, not accurate but beat. Second wasn't accented. Lights are too late. So camera shots kind of work, makes sense. It could be more sensitive like this shot, but okay. But the issue in here is different. It's very nice. Again, filmic, atmospheric shock, slow motion kind of. There is a little bit one thing which I will demonstrate you also. It's not a mistake, but goes around very nicely with the strobo effect, creates this atmospheric, and get back to absolutely concrete stuff. The choice, I understand like philosophy of choosing those colors, but now I need to see it everywhere. It's not there. It disappeared for some reason, and now we also see the flames and very concrete effects which weren't appearing there all the time. And some tiny details when you never know if she's singing or not. Too many wide shots. And this for me, it's just the end of this half done thing. You have this, I will start with this. Okay, good. This is not that important, but let's start with this. I will start with the end, right? So because it makes sense. So first of all, you see this shot. This is very nice. For example, the transitions in general are very gentle. I like the gentle approach to the staging. I like the gentle approach to camera flow work, which means how camera flows all the time. It's not heavy. It's not also heavy editing. The cuts are done with transitions. Also, we'll go to fade to black, from black to screen, from screen to black, black to screen. This is good. In my opinion, this is absolutely nice, gentle, supporting the song. So in this, it's not a problem. With camera work, it's not a problem. With editing, the concrete cameras, in my opinion, could have been done a little bit differently to support things, but I will show you. But what is in here, what immediately snapped my eye when I saw it, like this was the first thing I said, like, but at least this detail could have been done strongly. And this is when this flower rise, you can see that now it makes sense. No light on her, and now it creates this nice purple light when exactly in the moment when this is lit up in the graphic, in the LED screen. Because this is on the LED screen, this is here, but the LED screen is so huge that it looks like a 3D effect, which is very nicely done. But the problem is the pulsating. The flower don't pulsate, so how it's possible that the light is gone? Where it's gone? It's now it's lit up. It lightens up. It should stay there, and it should beam, or here it should beam somewhere or around this effect. But definitely here the light should stay. Those are little details for your brain which you don't get, but because there are so many details like this, or like during the whole song, that it disconnects you from it. It won't create the moment you should remember. It won't create the atmosphere around you should remember, and or at least to most of the people. Of course, if you already have some attachment to it, to the song, you won't. It's not important. But for the people who see it for the first time, and it should impress, every impression in here is a little bit cancelled by imperfection, because and you cannot describe it, but your brain reacts on those imperfection disconnecting. They just get bored somehow, or something doesn't work and you don't know why. It's not perfect. You say like, okay, she cannot sing probably that well, or blah blah blah, or blah blah. You invent in your mind theories, but I think it's much more simpler. Basically, what your brain is used to when the sun goes out and sun goes down, what is gonna happen. In here, those things, very standard things with lightnings, are not reflected. So this is perfect example of it. The flower lights up everything, and then it's starting to beep. But there is no why it's doing this. Why it's doing this? Because I cannot see it in the graphics. I cannot see the change in the flower that the flower does it. So this makes no sense, and those little details are crazy. Also, that for me, I understand that the flower is crazy, but I think you should end up sooner on the detail, even though, because then what is the story about? Sometimes I have a feeling that the story is about the whole thing, then the artist who's singing it, and this is exactly the opposite work from Slimane, where everything is about this artist's emotion, who you don't need to understand the lyrics, you don't need to understand the song at all, but you understand it through the emotion, which is connecting us all. Like we all in Europe, especially, we have very same mimics. We understand each other through mimics. This is our language also. It's a code language, but it works. And in here, it's in Serbian. Europeans don't speak Serbian in general. So the emotions would sell it. The emotions would sell it. We didn't see it. But okay, let's start from the beginning now. I just want to demonstrate one thing. Okay, I really love this graphical walk through, fly through. It looks very nice, but immediately it tells you one thing. You go from this atmosphere over here, and it's a little bit lost. Like why this is not a little bit more supported in here, because it's snowing in here. So why I don't have this feeling over here also? Okay, detail, it's still nothing because this is impressive. This opening, it's very nice. I like it, and I like this shot so much because here, and this is probably the last time they use it. I don't know why it's the last time. The filmic shot with a big depth of field, actually something what I'm using in this camera. When I put the hand in here, focusing on me, and I'm more and more I will give it to my face, more and more everything is blurred or less. You know, when I put it over here, everything got even more blurred. So if I put my other hand in here, you can see only blurred movement. If I put it out, you can see it, right? So this is what they use in here, the classical filmic thing, big depth of field, so you can concentrate on her opening from this, how do you call those? I cannot remember. From bokeh, you know, from this bokeh, from this defocus, you get to the concrete, and this is beautiful shot. Nice, also this nice transition. And this is the first thing what I don't really get, because you go from fairy tale, you create fairy tale in first seconds. You got me, you got my attention. Boom, you go concrete. It's concrete, everything exactly is visible. Where is the light? Even though there is a little bit of mist, where is the light? This is too concrete. The sea, okay. The stone, okay. We can question the stone, but I have nothing against it. But I would stay in those details, even though those transitions still keeps it. This is beautiful, gentle approach. This still works. Okay, let's say that they said we need to phrase it. It's okay. We need to change the camera, but in my opinion, then they shouldn't start with this filmic approach, because those two words don't connect, and especially when you switch them like this. But okay. Here it's a little bit of mistake of this light doing this light effect. It's because they go on a very huge aperture, like f11 maybe, f8 or something, that's opening the light. And there's maybe some mistake with this one. But the problem is visually, because it's the most lit up point now, it takes your attention. This is something maybe what they didn't do purposely, but this is an issue. So you go from this concrete, you focus over here, okay, because the light is here. This is visual tricks. Then you go here, but this just drags your attention. It just does a little bit. Those are little details, okay, but not a mistake. Here we are very concrete. But still, it's very nice how they created the light. That's everything is that they didn't use this LED crazily extensively. They kept it on atmosphere. They recreated the space for themselves. In my opinion, this is always a smart decision. It's a modern approach. So this is what I like. You already take everything how it works, and then they keep it. What I don't understand, like I know that they wanted to be, they wanted some action because they felt it's boring, right? Very gentle approach. And here's another mistake. I wanted to focus on what is the dominant beat. It's the piano. Like from this marionette. This should be supported, because they go, and only what would be nice if if it just a little bit too. That it will connect you, the sound will connect with the picture. This is how it works. This is one detail, if it's there, better. See, if it's gonna be here, it's better, because you will focus more on her also. And now they're going big, but they didn't, the build-up is not there. It should go from camera much closer and that much faster from her. It should go close, and now. No. It's too slow. It's not reflecting. Na 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 na. It's phrasing. It's the camera supports the phrasing, and because her voice vocal is now dominant, her phrasing is dominant. Also, the camera should reflect. But it goes na, 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 or at least this should do some movement, something. And now another mistake. Dun, dun, dun. Nothing. It's that. It looks, it's movement, like atmosphere in here, but let's go with the song, guys. It's like dun, dun, dun. This should a little bit beep. I want to be in this. It will get me here, my point of interest, but because everything here would work, I wouldn't question it. I wouldn't just question it. I will show you one example why I'm saying this. You will understand even better. And then for some reason they accent the drama in the sky, thunders, but it's mellow. It's nice that they did it, but I would rather choose the piano because this is the dominant part. Because, and that's the reason, because on the other shot I have no clue that there is storm coming. I had it from before a little bit, but because I focus in here, I don't really get what is here. They didn't support this effect of, and if I think it's okay, they didn't. But when they did this strobo to support the storm, they should also show me the storm is here. They should just show it, the clouds or something. I should feel it. Now those scenes makes no sense. And now this is a little like focus now on this effect on the floor. It doesn't go on the exact beat. It should go a little bit later, okay, but it's nice. But now it's on this instead of. It makes no sense for the eyes. For the eyes, it makes no sense, and I will demonstrate to you on Sliman. Now that it makes no sense. You will understand now much better what I mean. What really works. I think this is one effect which just absolutely demonstrated. Yes, it will be here. There are lights already ready for him, and on the exact beat they will open up. And for your brain, it's like, okay, they made the sound. This is how our brain works. This is something what in Serbian staging is not present. And completely weird part of the song sounds are supported instead of the dominant ones. Those things, I know it sounds funny and weird and crazy, but this is how our brain is used to think. Also, because we are watching movies where everything kind of we are used to. We are normally programmed already. So when somebody is doing it on different kind of stuff, it's disturbing. And you cannot tell it. It's nice effect, but it's like, There is this nothing. It should be something, or at least cut. And again, now focus on this. This effect is happening on and this is not on beat, it's behind the beat. It's a mistake. This is a huge mistake because then your brain just don't work this way. It's blinking completely separately regardless the beating. Makes no sense. Then it's not a second, it's a little bit faster, but it should be on beat because the sound boom X should show the light. It's a detail, it's a little detail, but as you saw, as I'm already talking a lot, you see that this song I'm now on 1 minute 40, basically 1 minute 30 of the song, or 1 minute 10 maybe, and how many things I found out already which are not perfect. If everything is a little bit tied up, little bit mapped, little bit more accurate, a little bit more focus on detail, this would work amazingly. I'm saying that it would save the song from its fate. I'm just telling that it would change from average staging approach to perfect, because perfect staging is the one which really works. Everything is there perfectly. Then if it's work or not, sometimes it's because of the song, sometimes it's because of the artist, sometimes it's a complexity, but it's a little bit of shame because maybe this is also the thing which didn't make Serbia to be maybe in top 10. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but those little things. Late. And then extensive use of back vocals. This is perfect in my opinion, I like it. But there is one thing which it's wrong. First of all, they should start with going closer. Even though I know what they wanted to do. They wanted to prepare this atmosphere and it works. It was not a problem, but the problem of the extensive use of back vocals, in this moment it feels that she's not singing it. And it disconnects you from it. Again, you probably don't feel it directly when you watch the show, but your brain records everything. It records everything, and those are those little details, and they are like one detail to second detail, third, fourth, fifth, 10th, and you're out of the song. This is where the mystery is hidden in detail again, because this works perfectly. Again, the dominant beat is not supported at all. But this works, but it feels disconnecting. I like it. I like the shot. But again, very wrongly supported. Now, I don't understand why she needed to sit down. Why didn't she sit down during this? Why didn't they extend it a little bit? Because of course they wanted to show this. Those lilies, or I don't know, souls, or whatever it is. So that if I don't know, but they should keep it a little bit longer. At least in this other shot. So she sits, okay. Again, one more thing, right? It starts again a little bit sooner than it should. Nothing is timed perfectly. You see, you already, and then it should go up, or there must be a little bit build up. So this, and now. Why do we have shot when it's not visible? If this is an important part of the effect, and it definitely is, because then it's unnecessary to have it here. I should feel the bokeh also over here in the shot around to have a connection, and then madness happens. This is nice, let's say, okay. Now beat, and you see when the beat works perfectly. You watch the light on the floor. Now it's beat exactly on what it should. And then again, it's completely random. What I don't like in here, but this is maybe just a very subjective reference, is that all the time it was very inconcrete. Only concrete thing basically was, of course, the artist, and then the rock, which basically works annoyingly, kind of. You don't really care about it, but then everything kind of else is abstract a little bit, not really focused. No one really cares. Now everything is lit up, and you should have the feeling of the big storm, which kind of they try to do, but because they add the real effects of the lightning, it feels inappropriate to what you saw before. It's like they start the shot with filmic and they continue television shots. It's also not connecting visually. So if you're a lot of abstract, you use just lights and so on. Don't use concrete graphics. This is it's a mistake. It basically tells me that you as a viewer is stupid, that you cannot understand that this is a storm. So we need to show you explicitly. Pity a little bit. Because The lights works perfectly, mist works. Also those lights are not extremely perfect. It would be much nicer, but again, this is a subjective preference that they wanted to create nice lines that don't understand it. Everything is abstract in this song, even though we have geometrical staging in here. It would be much nicer if they blink with the lights. They will do just lights. That would be just simpler, easier, better. So many beats are not supported. It's like song goes, and then what I told you about this should be just better. I know it's reacting on piano, but until now nothing reacted on piano. It should go with it just doesn't work for brain. And there are so many things like this. Basically what I would say, that camera work alone work nicely. The song works. She sings nicely, even though in here also you can tell, like, when you can still hear her singing. Those are little details for the brain which are somehow confusing a little bit, even you cannot describe them, but okay. But the lights and cuts are the supporters of beats in music, or dominant melody, or dominant part, accent, or something like this. In here, all of those are almost all the time out of rhythm. They are not making sense. And that's why this staging, even though it looks nicely, and if you just watch it, if I just go without music, it looks really nice. I must say it looks really nice. I like the color palette usage. I like the approach. I like some of those effects. The problem is that all of them, they are programmed. I like this, this is a nice shot. This is amazingly nice shot. Wow, it looks perfect. This looks perfect. This looks perfect. The problem is that not on the beat, it's not going well. And that's why I cannot say this staging is really good. I cannot say it's bad. I think this is amazing. Everything what is in the middle are perfect examples when I can combine all those stuff, because with everything is perfect, like in those my top 5 stagings I chose, basically everything is perfect over there. It's very hard to find at least one thing which doesn't work. In here it's very easy, but I still cannot criticize it's bad. It's just not finished. It's not done perfectly. It's like more people were doing the same thing and didn't talk to each other. Where is the focus? And this, in my opinion, it talks about Serbian staging, which I principally like, but also I cannot unseen those details. But maybe you didn't see it, and maybe you say, like, Jan, you're absolutely crazy. You're perfectionist and no one cares about this. Like, this is true. But this is also my job, my work, and this is also the thing I'm giving to you. So if you like this, you can expect the same for other masterclasses I've done, when I'm talking, for example, why Ukrainian staging is also not perfect, and why actually French staging is at some point perfect. Without I'm trying to be as much objective as possible, not putting emotions there, but more likely talking about camera work, lights, edits, and all together as a package supporting the song and the artist. Sometimes the artist also is a staging. Anyway, I'm talking too much, too loud. This is all from me from now. Subscribe, like, and become a member if you want to have more masterclasses, want to learn more about stagings, and want to learn more about how they could maybe improve. And maybe one day you will become a stage designer, or you will become a director of staging or of camera, or maybe you already are and you have a different opinion. Write me in the comments below. And that's it from me from now. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.